Good morning, everyone, and welcome. Before we start, we have a disclosure. Please be aware of risk in the future trading. All our videos are for educational purpose. You're very welcome to follow any of our automated trading signal as long as you are at your own risk. We're not responsible for your trade. You can follow the signal on the left upper corner. This is the market analyzer, and this the auto trades right there. You have the entry price 32.44.25, target 23.26.25. We just hit the target on the ES. We were much more, and now we are done with the ES. On the right corner here, we have the scalpers. And then you can see it says buy at 32.37, target 32.41.25 on the ES. On the Nasdaq, we have 12 takes into that trade on the scalper. We are testing the new auto trade, and I will be covering the new auto trade. We are testing. We have not released this new auto trade, and I will be covering this auto trade. That's why we get in this message, because of different. And then before we start covering the new auto trade, this is the scalper. On the scalper, we are using the white charts, and on the swing trading, we are using the blue charts, the ones right in front of you. And then once we get the signal, you will have those entries right there. I want to cover something else also. This is the new auto trade we are testing. We have not released yet this auto trade yet, and it's been making every day from 5 o'clock. This is this trade here. It was at night, which you don't have to worry about. But it's been from 4-5 o'clock to 9:30. We are getting around 1,200, and those are today's trade, and already hit the target. We had the first round 32.40.75, and then the next round around 5:30. And then the third round is around 9:30, and it is an amazing, very impressive results on this one here. And we have not activate all the auto trades yet, all the markets on it, but we are still testing. Cleaning all the bugs. We have not released it yet, and then we will be this is those trades for today. And then we have the Nasdaq. It's been I have the Nasdaq a little bit tight, because it's still too early for this year. We're not getting a really good run yet, but it's already hit 1,300, and we have not done with everything yet. But this is a really good. But what is doesn't matter. What I'm very impressed with the ES. It's been solid performance every day, the same performance and the same numbers practically every single day. And I really, and without any filters yet. So Just like to update you on this project we are working on, and it isn't amazing. The things is the whole idea we are switching from. I'm trying to relay that message that we should make the money from 9 to 12. I mean, if we cannot do it from 9 to 12, forget it. I am not interested in this. So from 9 to 12 should do the job, and as you see, I don't like traders to sit all day long and trading. I mean, this is a very good performance on the ES, and of course we have not done yet with the YM. I'm not too crazy with the YM trades. I'm not, which is today on the YM. We don't have even one losing trade on the YM. But I am not interested in YM as much as I am with NASDAQ and the ES, because this is where most of the traders like to trade. But for a YM today, I personally not interested in YM, but there is some traders like YM, they don't care. And today, the YM did very well, and we were on much higher level with the YM, and because we have a losing trade here, and then I mean, welcome to trading. You're gonna have some losing trades in between, and but after all the performance, it is, if we think about it from the whole night or the whole day, we have 4, 8, 12 trades, 16 trades, and now we have this one here, and we have one losing trade, so it's not bad at all. And a lot of times on the auto trade, when I think that trade is not gonna make it, and it always surprise me here. Tell me the system is corrected, and this is really looking forward to release that version, and with the different entries as well. And we have put around 4 different entries, and then we are testing at the moment, and then this is a different entry. The A scalper market order also has been a very very well, doing very well on this. Let's look at the ES. Also, the ES has been doing a very good performance based on the market order. And let's look at the Russell. We have one losing trade here, and then the Russell. On the ES, we have very stable. I mean, the majority, and this is not a Ranko-bar fake movement. This is a real, and this is amazing when the market is trending. As you see, it come out with a very good result, and it's not gonna let this market get away. And I'm not even using a filter on that. And this is a very impressive on the trades. And so I look forward to start releasing very soon this new auto trade to our clients. And this is the CL, and this is the Russell, and this is very well. I love it. It is really very nice, friendly use, auto trade. And of course, we will update you constantly on that, and we will be working every Monday on this auto trade until every single members we have knows that system in and out. Okay, I'm sorry I've been sitting talking because I'm really happy with this new results. And we had a new signal on the gold with the scalping, and on the white chart it is right there. And then we have a new signal on the Russell. This is a signal entry. This is a total different one. This is a different automated trade. Is coming from the scalper on the right corner, the scalper here. And I can see I have made a mistake on this market analyzer. I should have put a column for a new signal as a new version, so I will be correcting it today. But those are the scalpers coming from the market analyzer. As we see, the Nasdaq, we have an entry 88.60, 88.60.75 is right there, and boy, if we look at the Russell, there is a lot of resistance area at the Russell. I doubt it very serious movement on the Russell. There is a lot of resistance area, so you can use a full automated trade. There is 4 different type of automated trade on this one, an ATM strategy, and a fully automated. But I personally like the ATM, and the reason is because when I see there is a resistance, I can manually, as an example, maybe break even, or maybe if I want to, I can take some of the trades out. I mean, like you have a 320 on the Nasdaq, and if it's not gonna able to break the 88 70 50, then maybe I will be taking it out if I want to, or if it breaks, that means it's going to be turning the scalper trade to swing trade, and while you are in the trade, and then I can make a monster trade out of it. So this is the whole idea. If it's a scalping, the market is not going anywhere. Let's say on the Russell, if the Russell not able to break all those levels, because right now we are coming to a double resistance. Always on a double resistance, you're gonna have a problem. On the double resistance, those zones are extremely accurate, which you can purchase the zones separately, but they do not include any auto trades. It's just the fib lines. And as we see here, we are coming to the level where it's a double resistance, and if it's not gonna break it, I can take the $130 out of it. Or if the double resistance, we are able to break it, then we are in a couple of $300 on that trade. So as we see here on the Nasdaq, that we are still dancing around the 88.71.50. So there is a good potential for that auto trade to break this level, and it did. So now this trade is then scalping that trade. Now I can get relaxed a little bit about it, and I can see it is in the clear so far to the 88.84.25. And if we succeed and we hit this target 88.83.75 on the Nasdaq, I don't see why anyone has to stay on the trade and continue trading if you can nail the $300 or $400 on that trade and call it off. And if this trade did not work, you only got a couple of $100 out of it, then there is nothing wrong with it by just go for one more round and call it off. So, and you can do both of ways if you want to. It's up to you. So as we see here, like what we expected on the Russell, I'm not covering the Russell, what I'm covering, because this is going to happen on the CL, ES, NASDAQ, Dow, anything, And as we look in details on the Russell, we can see this is where I was worried about that area here. Is the Russell is, there we go, and finally got it and broke that double resistance. So this is a very good news. Now on the NASDAQ, we still need also let's drag down the ES. On the ES also we can look. There is in the clear all the way to the 3240.75 on an ES. So this is a very important to see. There is nothing holding the NASDAQ from the ES as well. Remember the ES, as I said, it is an oxygen to NASDAQ and to YM. So when I'm looking at the NASDAQ ES here, I can see it is going into the clear to the 3240.75. So on the 3240.75, probably this is the limitation on it, and there we go. If we able to by the time the ES get to the 3240.75, probably we will be somewhere around the 83.75, which it will be a great trade. So we are keeping our eye on the ES and trying to see. The biggest problem it is among the traders, they continue trading, and you should not be doing this. You should be, if you got $400 or $500 out of one trade on a NASDAQ or an ES or a gold or a CL, call it off and don't mess with it anymore. And you're done for today. So the whole idea after 28 years, before we used to jump from the European market to the US market, and from the US market to the Asian market, and now I'm no longer have the patience to do that. So right now my main concern is from 9 to 12 you should earn your money. Even if it is a bad day, call it off for today. It's no use to sit down and waste time on a bad day and increase your losses. If the market not willing to give any today, it's not gonna give you any today. So this is where we can determine that if we especially I'm concentrating on management, because this is the biggest problem in an auto trade, is the management. It's not the auto trade. So let's say on the scalper you are on each one of them is $200. Just taking one signal, 200. And even if you have a bad signal entry and you lost money on it, the next round is going to break even. The third round, you will be making, let's say, $200 on that trade. So $200 on the ES, $200 on the NASDAQ. That will, 200, 250, that's a day. That's on an ES, and 250 on the NASDAQ. That's $100,000 a year. So one day you will make more than 250, one day you make less than 250. But if your average is 250 on ES, as an example, we are generating a lot of signals from 9 to 12, and all what you need, one right signal, and then you're done with that. And and 250 on the Nasdaq. And if you are a little bit more comfortable, maybe the Russell has been doing well, or the gold, then you split it. So if the ES made the 200 or 250 or 300, and the Nasdaq 200, 250 or 300, and let's say you have a $5,000 account, and we will take one each or two each. You are able to do that on a $5,000 account. You will have a bad days. You will have a good days. One day, you might gonna be catching a trend on the Nasdaq, and your scalper is gonna give you $1,000 on that trade. And maybe the second day, you're gonna be losing $250, but to top up at the end of the week, an average of 250, 300 a day. To be, what I'm saying is to be modest with your thinking, and this is a very affordable. And then if you make 500 today on the Nasdaq, close it if you want to. You make $200 on the ES, close it if you want to. That's $500 a day average. You should be happy with it, but you should not sit down and poke the market, poke in the market all day long, and trying to put your finger in the fire all day long. This concept, by running the auto trades day and night, you need to get out of that thinking, because you have to think about it. Sitting on a gambling table is a matter of time before you lose all your money. And here is a gambling. We have no prediction what is going to happen to the ES at the moment in 5 minutes from now. Not unless if I open the charts and do my homework and look at high time frame, low time frame, and all that, and then I can most likely predict where is this ES going. But since when we don't know anything about the future, about 5 minutes from now, where is this market landing? Could be right now just a news come in and spook the market, and before you know it, you have $500 in a trade profit, and then all of a sudden you are $500 down. So in the market, you have to be respecting the market, because you don't know what's happening after 1 minute, after 30 seconds. You don't know if somebody on the news is going to spook the market. Especially there is a lot of troubles worldwide, and it takes one bad news to drop the market. So we don't need to scare you, but we have to be happy for what we are getting every day, and not just looking at the number at the end of the day and say, well, yesterday on this ES, when we were doing this auto trade, showing my traders, it was on the webinar yesterday, made a profit 1,800. And then this one here from yesterday made 1,800 when we were doing the webinar. And then this is around yesterday. And then on the last hour, from $1,800, it dropped to $800 into the profit. So people think that the more or the longer time you use your auto trade, the more money. It's not true. The longer time you are in a trade, or the longer time you are exposing your account, the more risk you're having. And we need to snap out of that idea, auto trading 24/7. And when somebody calling us, asking us that question, we know exactly to which category this client is, which it is a very amateur trader. And we know we will have a problem with him because he reject that there is a limitation in the market, and a guy rejecting that is gonna lose money in the market. When somebody rejecting the reality in the market, uh, and he expecting everything to go smooth for him every day, that means there is something wrong in the picture. It's not the market is about that person. Is not able to recognize this is it's not going to happen by the most professional traders. They know better than that. So as we see right now, the Nasdaq already dropped, and the whole thing changed in direction. And this is what is the funny about it. When I started the webinar today at 10 o'clock, and I thought those trades to now on this one here is gonna start losing trade, and it turned out it was going in the right direction, and and it's still going in the right direction. So right now on this auto trade, we have 1380 and 655 on the YM and 1175 on the ES. And should I continue trading after 12 o'clock? No, you should not, because this is more than enough and it is affordable. The way you think about it, if you are on a 2 contract, you can make it a daily target 500. If you are on a 4 contract, a daily target 1,000. So this is a very simple for a trader. So if you are on a smaller amount, instead of having 1,225, you should have your daily target 500 if you are on a 2 trades. And if you are on a 4 contracts, if you have more money, you should have your auto trade based on 1,000. Very simple. If you are on 1 contract, you can make it each one of the instruments on 250 or 300. So what it does mean, we is going to take 1 trade, and you are nailing your daily target on each instrument. It's not just the $300. So this is where, if we can simplify the management, stand trying to get 100% out of your $5,000 every day. This is not going to happen. To get 100% out of your $5,000 every day. This is not going to happen. So if we are be a little bit more civilized with our thinking, and because every auto trade also, there is a limitation on every single auto trade. You cannot, I know the expectation is very high, but the limitation, it is very real what the auto trade can do or what the auto trade cannot do. When you are approaching with an algorithm to a market, and the market is not working to this algorithm at the moment, you gotta wait a few more minutes, and you have to understand the problem. It's not your auto trade, but maybe the market, the way it is going, there is no trade. One of the things really made me happy when I'm looking at the auto trade is not just back and forth trading. What I really like it when an auto can avoid a flat market in here. That makes me happy, because there is no indicator is gonna tell you that be careful now. It's gonna be the market is going to be flat or chop. One of the worst enemy to any kind of auto trade when the market goes around and not making any ticks, and when it is flat or the market is getting a lot of a chop, this is where you this is where you will have a problem when the market is going sideways, and there is no ticks to be made. Is exactly trying to get a hair out of a ball, and there is no hair. And here, if the market is not trending, is not making ticks, your auto trade is not making ticks. So where you want the ticks coming from? As we see here from the ES has been on a one straight line right now from 10 o'clock. It has been on a one straight line, and there is no money to be made. So we are waiting on a breakout. Here is the situation for by the way, the ES traders. There is no long trades on the ES today. And I tell you why. It's very simple. It is there is a very high level of resistance line, and it's gonna require a lot of volume and a lot of good news for us to break all those lines. Without the zone, I will not even look at the market, because the zone and accurate fib lines is gonna draw what's going on in the market. And if you don't know what's going on in the market, you will never make it in this market. Even if you are auto trading and you say this is not my problem, it is your problem. When your auto trade cannot find a direction, then it becomes your problem. It's not the auto trade problem. And that's why we have added on the auto trades the ES trade now is look, this is the ES trade, and now start getting all those trades. This is another $1,000 round on that, and as we have added the buttons here, you can also direct your auto trade if you wanted to have long only and short only. I have some people say, Sam, I don't want to use the button. I get nervous. If you get nervous using the buttons, stay away from that business, and don't give us hard time, because as we see here on the drawing with the ES, you have wow. we are testing this new auto trade, and we have one trade on the a new auto trade we are testing. There is a bug. It says on it, sell stop market cannot be above the market affected order at 16573. And what happened with Ninja Trader just got stuck with this message, and it give us 1,000 message on the same order, and that was not fun. I mean, normally, so we found a bug on it, and we will be fixing that. I will relay that to the programmer very soon on this. So we are still in the middle of the test, and that's why we have not sent it yet. And it, yeah, so sometimes we, on any kind of auto trade, sometimes you get overfilled, and that's why it should not be left alone. It's okay to go somewhere for 10-15 minutes, and like this order. So I'm trying to find, what is it, this 16573 got stuck on that order. And so we'll find out. Anyway, that ES trade is not going to go anywhere, as we talked about. There is a lot of resistance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a lot of resistance, and it's not going to make it. Guys, be careful on following that trade. It's not going to make it. we look at the scalper have a double resistance on the ES. So whoever following the signal on the ES is not going to make it, guys. The Nasdaq will, but not the ES. Once he crossed the 32.41, it's going to have a problem. 32.42, another problem. 75, 42.75, another problem. 43.75. So there is no long on the ES with the swing trading, and it's not going to stay all the way up. Very surprised to do that. However, on the Nasdaq, is going to be find a trade on the Nasdaq. And if we, on the scalpers, if we look at the scalpers between the ES, well, it's surprising, but should not do that. And on the Russell, we are and the YM is doing well. I'm very impressed with the ES breaking all those levels, but it doesn't make sense to me. I just sent a report to the programmer to look at this new Autotrade. There is a bug in it with so we should look at it. Thanks God we haven't released it yet, so we'll have it fixed, guys. So as we see, the ES come into the projection 32.43.28 and is going back. This is it on the ES trade, and actually the Nasdaq came in to that level 1656 and is coming to the support at 1630. Nothing gonna happen to the ES. But this one here, the Nasdaq, I'm sorry, but the ES is going to be a lot of a chop in this area. It's not going to do it because it's too many resistant. I'm sorry, it's the Russell. Thank you. I'm talking about the Russell. I'm not talking about the. Thank you, Ben. So Nasdaq is about to close that trade, and the ES is gonna. We have. You know, it's pretty hard to maintain everything in here. Really, it is extremely hard. Sorry, sometimes I make a mistake. And this new bug we found today in the new Autotrade we are testing. We are testing it, of course, on a sim. We have not did go live with it. So that bugs we need to fix it. Anyway, we have the Nasdaq is about to close from the scalping on the swing trading is still gonna have a problem on the There is a heavy resistance on the Nasdaq at 82 level. So let's see if we are able to break that trade on the Nasdaq. ES gonna make it. Wow. I am very impressed with this ES breaking every single level. It makes sense. But the final destination on the ES is 32.45. I never thought it's gonna able to break all those. It's amazing. Just writing a report to the programmer. Beautiful run on the Nasdaq. Still surprising over the ES. The YM is doing okay, and the Russell and the gold as well. The gold is about to hit the target on the gold. So